should be following that woman, Your Highness. She has the Bible now.
Indeed she has. But I have something that is even better, Samuel. The owner, Russ Weaver.
Okay, Russ, I'll take Nancy home, and then I'll come over to your place and meet up with you and Babs and the Bob.
Fine, fine, Harold. Listen, don't worry. After I have dinner with the charming Princess Yolanda, our little treasure might be worth a lot more than $1.2 million we paid for it.
Oh, I hope so. For your sake.
Harold, you'll worry, Ward. Winner takes all, right?
How clumsy of me, excuse me.
All right, excuse me.
Well, Mr. Weaver, I'd like to congratulate you on your purchase.
Yes, well, I don't know about you, but it's worked up an appetite for me.
Well, I have just the right spot.
From now on, Russ is to be your immediate boss. So let me hear you call him that. Come on, Lance. Try it.
Hey, look, I don't think we need to go through all this, okay? You know, I don't think you know how far we go back in the business.
I never was one for sentimentality. Now, correct me if I'm right or wrong, but I do believe you want to stay with our firm rather than taking a swift leave of absence. Am I correct?
Oh.
Well, that's a wise choice. So go ahead.
Go ahead, what?
Go ahead and do what I told you to do.
Okay, boss. What do you want me to do?
So, did you? Did you, set the date for our wedding?
Yes, I did. I made arrangements for, next Friday. That's not suitable with you.
No. No, actually, that's perfect, Courtney. It's just that No, actually, that's fine, Courtney. I'll call my parents this evening.
Good. Good. Well, now that I've made the arrangements for the wedding, where do you suggest we spend the honeymoon?
Well, let's see. We could go to Naples or Monaco.
Sounds like a Lake Forest travel log.
All right. How about London? Of course, it's cold this time of year, but it's always nice.
Do you remember the first summer that we spent there?
Oh, yes. You would come over with Preston and Phyllis.
On a business trip.
Hmm.
I begged them to let me tag along with them because I knew that you were already there with your family.
Oh, and I was miserable. All alone in that drafty old hotel room with nothing to do but to look out at that fog until you came along.
Gosh, how old was I then? 11. And you were 16. Oh, boy, did I have a crush on you then.
It's strange how those things sort of reverse themselves. Of course, then I had a crush on you. And now I'm in love with you.
Vaughn, why don't we go someplace new? Someplace no one would expect us to go.
Florida.
Florida.
Yes. The Keys. We'll drive. I mean, after all, you're the one who didn't want to make a overdone social extravaganza out of this. Yes, and I've always wanted to drive to the Keys, and now's our chance.
But the drive alone would take us days. We'd be exhausted by the time we got there.
Not really. It'll give us a chance to talk.
Talk?
Yeah.
We've got a lifetime to talk. Oh, I get it. I get it. This is a joke. You're putting me on, right?
No, I'm not kidding, Courtney. We're going to drive to Florida for our honeymoon.
You're serious.
Of course. What makes you think I'm joking?
Because Florida is the last place that I want to go after the wedding.
Now, look, perhaps I should explain it better. It would sound a little more appealing, I'm sure.
Spare me the details.
You know, Courtney, it's about time that you agreed to something that I want to do. Look, I've let you have your way planning this entire ceremony. And now, just because I decide where we want to go for our honeymoon, you knock the idea.
Because it's ridiculous, Vaughn. Look, with the hours in the car, I'll get car sick.
Really? I didn't know you get car sick, Courtney.
Well, you should. If I can remember that you're allergic to strawberries, you should be able to remember that I get car sick. Look, Vaughn, why don't we go talk to a travel agent tomorrow? We can do it first thing in the morning before you leave for Lake Forest.
I'm sorry, that's impossible, Courtney. Look, there's something I haven't told you about it. Well, there's a small matter of business to be looked after.
What?
I knew you'd react like this. That's why I didn't tell you right away.
Business? On our honeymoon?
It's not as distasteful as it sounds, Courtney. And it's necessary, absolutely necessary, or I wouldn't dream of doing it.
I don't believe this.
Courtney, carpenter shipping is an expanding business. Someone has to look after our interests in the Keys.
And it has to be you. Look, why can't your father go, or mine for that matter?
I just want your father's business to be successful. I mean, he's poured so much of himself into it. I don't want it to fail because I've been negligent with my responsibilities.
I know, Vaughn. I don't...
You just don't want to disappoint your father. Or me. We've got the rest of our lives to spend together, Courtney.
Well, here we are, my favorite restaurant in all of Kingsley.
Your hotel suite.
We do what we can. Samir, fix our guest a drink.
Scotch?
That'd be fine.
A princess.
Yes, excuse me.
Surely.
I know it is your strategy to offer a big profit for a quick resale of the Bible, but I have another fail-safe method.
What is it, Felix?
Well, we already know Mr. Weaver's address, and I also know that he sent that lady and his attorney to his house to guard the Bible for him. While you are bartering here, I will go there and take it for us.
Well, I want no mistakes this time.
There will be none. You keep Samir here for appearance's sake.
All right, only as a fail-safe. Go. Well, Samir, could you go and talk to the chef, please? Ask him to prepare dinner for two. A dinner befitting royalty and her dignified guest.
Does not your highness need my services here
no,
also?
no. I feel perfectly safe with Russ. Please, leave us.
Can I get you a drink.
Yes, what you're drinking, scotch.
That guy really seems to be serious about his work.
Well, he's Dorian. Not only is he loyal to the House of Dar es Salaam, but born to be so. A custom I find that is not very popular here.
Another custom you told me about tonight was the winner buys the loser dinner.
Well, you are not obligated to that one since we are dining in my quarters tonight. But there is a custom that I think you must obey.
Really? Which one is that?
My shelter is your shelter, such that when you enter under my roof, you must remove any article of clothing that keeps you from feeling perfectly at home. May I suggest the item?
By all means, suggest. It's your custom.
Your watch.
My watch.
Yes, you see, contrary to what you have been taught, time is not of the essence. At least, not tonight. May I have it, please?
It's nice to know there's always someone around to set you straight.
You can reclaim it when you leave. But that will not be for some time. After all, tonight you are not a slave to time.
I like the way you put things, Princess.
Yes, and you interest me too, Russ. For instance, why would you bid so many American dollars on an item about which you know nothing?
I could ask you the same thing.
But I do know everything about it. It's been in my family for years.
Shame you let it get away.
Yes. But how would you like to make a profit on my father's Bible?
My Bible?
Yes, I stand corrected. Are you interested?
Maybe.
Well, I assure you that it will not be a waste of your time.
Well, now, Princess, how could I waste time since you've made sure that I am completely unaware of it?
Yes, you are quick, aren't you? In Doria, you would have been a great man.
Like your father?
Yes, he is one of a kind.
I'm sure he is. Is he part of the reason why getting the Bible back is so important?
What value is the Bible to you, Russ?
Well, I don't know. I haven't looked it over yet. Remember, I just bought it tonight.
Have you heard of the sayings that the trouble is not in the thief stealing the bugle from the chief, but where he will blow it? Well, take you, for instance. Now that you have the Bible, what will you do with it?
May I leave a message then? Right. Tell them I'm at Terry's, and I should still be here by the time they get home. And to please call, we've got some really exciting news for them. Right. Oh, Dave Phillips. Right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Did you tell them?
Lori and Ben are still out. Oh, here, let me.
Oh, thank you.
There. Yes, they went to a movie and dinner, and the babysitter said that they should be home any time now.
You know, I think we should have asked them to go to the auction with us. Would they ever have been shocked?
Just like us.
Can you imagine somebody paying $1,200,000 for that Bible?
Yeah.
And we don't even know who it is.
But just think how the money will benefit the clinic. You know the first thing I'm going to do?
What's that?
I'm going to give Lucy and Ione a raise. You know, sometimes those two put in more hours than Ben and I.
I think that's a wonderful idea.
Then I'm going to get a new resuscitator, and then I'm going to get a... You know, we did it again, didn't we?
What?
We spent all our time talking about everybody else and other things except us.
Well, I think we can forgive ourselves just this once. You know, it's not every night that $1 million is suddenly plopped into your lap.
$1 million, too.
Oh, excuse me.
But just the same, it's... Terry, what happened to your wedding ring?
Oh, well, I guess I just forgot to put it on.
Oh, I thought maybe that...
Dave,
Yes?
I didn't forget to put it on. I took it off on purpose.
All right, Charles. As soon as Courtney steps down from the altar with Vaughn, I'll step down from the company. You can step up, but then and only then, not 1 minute before.
You know, I have friends who believe in what the Bible says.
So you're saying that is why you bid so high, your reverence for it?
Maybe. Is that what you prize it for?
No, not at all. Outside of its monetary value, it means nothing to us.
Which is?
Sell me the Bible, Russ.
Why should I?
Because you can make a profit. That is why I stopped bidding on it. Look, what good was it for us to battle in public when we can sit here calmly and privately and discuss it? After all, we are both rational business people, are we not?
I agree. How much higher do you want to go?
I will pay you $300,000 more than you paid for it. I take it that means yes.
That means you're something else, Princess.
You must admit it is a very generous offer.
Indeed it is.
Well, think about how much good you can do for your free clinic with that extra profit.
Now, why would you think that?
Because you do volunteer work, sir. Quite often, I'm told.
By whom?
Well, when I decided to bid for the Bible, it was imperative that I find out everything I could about who was selling it and why. And in so doing, I found out information about your free clinic and about Dr. Dave Phillips. Does that answer your question?
Yes. Yes, it does. Then you also must know about his accident. How someone shot him.
Yes. How very unfortunate.
That's what I said. Just before his accident, 2 men robbed him and stole the Bible. Fortunate, however, it was able to be recovered before the auction.
I can arrange for the money to be sent to you first thing in the morning.
Is that so?
Is it a deal?
We should have heard from Laurie and Ben by now.
Maybe they caught a double feature. Terry, why did you take off your wedding ring?
Well, I just felt it was time. I don't think that Scott would want me to be married to the past.
I don't think that Kate would want that of me either. Does this mean that...
This means, Dr. Phillips, that I am available for art auctions or dinner dates from now on.
Good. What about tomorrow night?
So soon?
Mm-hmm.
You're spoiling me.
It's better than taking you for granted. I guess I'd better be going. How's dinner at 8 tomorrow?
Very agreeable.
Good. See you then.
Okay. Good night.
Good night.
Courtney, it was the most successful auction the museum has ever had. And it was all because of that Dar es Salaam Bible. I even put a bid on it myself.
Nothing close to what it went for, I hope. Oh, $1 million.
No, I got out of the contest early, but I certainly thought about going on with it, though. What really puzzled everybody was how high the bidding went.
Gee, maybe you should have taken my dad with you. With the two of you together, you might have gotten away with it.
Or lost our shirts, too. Huh. No, the last time your father and I made a killing together, we were just kids. We went to a shooting gallery, and he couldn't miss. He hit everything he aimed at. And he even gave me the prize he won.
He did. What was it?
A pocket knife. Now, don't laugh. That was a treasure in those days. It meant as much to me as Eric's computer upstairs means to him.
And you still have it?
No, I lost it on the way home. We looked for it, but we never found it, and I was never able to replace it. But enough of this reminiscing. Bringing it right down to the present, Courtney, I would really love to know what the true value of that Dar es Salaam Bible is.
Well, it's out of your hands now.
Yeah, well, maybe I could do a little detective work on it, too.
Okay, you do that. I'll see you later.
Wait a minute, where are you going? Out with Vaughn?
No.
It's a little late for you to be going anywhere by yourself.
Uncle Charles, I'm not a child.
Courtney, that's beside the point. I don't like the idea of you going out late all alone.